Hello and welcome. My name is Joe Vika and I'm broadcasting from Joe Vika TV. In this video, I just want to set the record straight. The real truth about slavery in Africa. I have done a little bit of my research and I deemed it wise to come up with this information to anyone who wants to listen and who wants to hear. We've been carried away by the Europeans, the British, the Christians, this and that. So many narrations, so many school of thoughts, a lot of stories and histories of how slavery, how the Britain Christian or whatever came to deal with us or put us into slavery. The story are bound; they are there. So in this video today, I want to simply open up our eyes to know the real truth about slavery in Africa. Slavery in Africa, slave trade or slavery trade started in about in 15th centuries. Before the slave trade started, we the Africans already, our forefathers, they were already doing slave trading. They were already in the business. And how did they do it? They normally, if they go to war, if they fight with any community, any country, any place, they overcome them by the war. They will take some of their people, more especially female folk among them, and some of them to come and serve their king, to come and they will bring them, and they become slave to their community. Most of them will be used to farm. Some will be used for sexual satisfaction to the king. Some will be kept in case the king dies. They will use the heads of those particular slaves to bury the king. In those days, most communities, more town, they normally use about 7 head of human beings to bury their kings. So when they fight any community and win, they will bring them as slave. Now, there are also group of people, they normally go to buy people from other places because there are people that are less privileged. They are not strong enough. They are orphans. They are not well to do. So some people who are wealthy will buy them to bring them to their king for plantation purposes, for so many things. We also people that do slave trading because of agricultural production. So they were doing it. And when you buy a slave, you treat him like a slave. They are not being treated like a human being. They can be, in fact, I had a case of a particular community. In that particular community, a slave cannot eat with the freeborn. They cannot eat with the freeborn. In one of the cases, the master pregnanted one of the slave, and she was about to give birth. They have to carry her up to the roof, or they tied her up there, open her leg and tied her up, and put something to waiting for the child to fall down from where they tied her. And she was shouting, crying. In fact, as the story we heard, she even laid curse on them because the way they tied her body, open her private part, and child was trying to fall away from there. They say you are a slave, you cannot give a birth normally, like freeborn normally give birth. She laid curse. She said a lot of things. When some people will tell you, when we say let's pray for what our ancestors did, some of you that what did they do? They didn't do anything. This slave suffered and gave birth to that child and later died. Before she died, she laid curse on those people. So treating me this way, no matter whatever you call me slave, that so thing will happen to you. And those curses works. It works. Believe it or not. That you don't believe it doesn't mean it doesn't work. We are kind of that nothing maker. Who no go walk? Who calls help? Who called the kill? Get our call, kill you there. Brother, ofo no ogu ka ndị Igbo ji aga. Ogu jide go ogu magi. Ihe obula gwara gị, it will work for you. It's gonna work. If you like, believe it. You don't believe it. There was a guy that pregnanted a girl. No, the girl got pregnant because she's a Christian, as we heard. So she slept with the boy and became pregnant and told the guy that I'm pregnant. The guy said, please, we have to abort. He said, no, I have committed sin of immorality sleeping with you. I'm not going to do the second one of committing abortion. It's killing. I'm not going to commit murder. The boy did everything. Said, please, you want to put me in trouble. Remove this baby. He said, no. The boy now kept quiet. and was planning a way to make sure that the baby is terminated. So one day he bought her some drinks and gave her some couple of things, and she was drinking and enjoying. She never knew that the guy drugged the drink, and this girl drank it. As she was going to her home, her stomach started turning her, and the baby, she had a miscarriage. So she knew that that guy was responsible for that miscarriage. She quickly took the particles that came out from her stomach, from her body, and went to and buried it in the compound of the girl. The guy said, "Oh boy, oh you tricked me and made me to commit abortion that I never wanted to commit. And as I did this sin, if this child is a male child, you will never have a male child that will live. If it's a female, you will never have a female child." The guy said, "Get out, man, I'm one guy. You want to come and put me in a family way? Did I tell you something? I want to marry now? Did I tell you I want to have a baby now? Get out, get out." He said, "Oh, nothing mega." As I told you, the guy has gotten about 4 children. Each of them will die at their 2nd or 3rd birthday. A child will be growing whenever they want. They close to the 3rd, 2nd or 3rd birthday, they will just die, no sickness. So, and this guy refused to tell the wife. The wife was crying every day. The woman would be saying, "What is happening? What is happening?" Until through prayers, say, "Oga, you need to tell us something you did with a girl." Say, "Can you tell us? This is happening in Obo, in Imo State." Say, "Can you tell us what you did with the guy?" That was what this guy opened up to this story. I am telling you now. So when we said there are things that our ancestors did negatively, we should get somebody start making noise on social media. Ancestors, you are talking trash. You're talking what you don't know. So our ancestors did slavery even before the Europeans came. Now, as those different types of slavery, this is the part 1 of this teaching. As the slavery were going on, they did a lot of things. A lot of atrocities were committed by our ancestors in terms of slave trade. It was during that time, because of the slave trade, they discovered that when you have a baby, a twin, they will throw it into the bush. They'll say, "This child shouldn't come and live amongst us. It's a strange being." It was during that time that when if a man dies, the woman will stay with the corpse. In some culture, the woman will stay with the corpse in the room for 7 days. The corpse will be smelly because they tell that in a chair cannot be taken to mortuary. And the woman will stay with the corpse for 7 good days, smelling, and they will be bringing food inside that place. She will be eating with the corpse. It is the same culture that is being practiced today. When a man died, they say a woman must drink the body. After bathing the dead body, the woman must drink it. These were cultures that this European came. And the first people that came were not even the Britain. The British came later. It was the Portuguese. The Portuguese, the people of Portuguese have so many histories that are associated with them in Africa. Do you know that it was the Portuguese that gave us the name Biafra? The original name, it was the Portuguese that brought that name Biafra. Today we have so many of our brothers in America here, and when we talk with them, they will tell us, "Your forefathers sold us," and that is the truth. Our forefathers sold them. Most of them don't like us. So when you keep talking against them, telling them they did this, we hurt them. We did something wrong to them, and we need to ask God for forgiveness and ask them to forgive us. That's why some of them here, they don't like us here in America, because our forefathers did evil to them. Our forefathers sold them to the Europeans that brought them here, and they're here suffering. So we have committed evil one way or the other. We have to tell ourselves the truth. So the slavery started right there in Africa before the Europeans came. The Portuguese came, saw it, and continued from where we stopped. So they saw how we were treating our slaves, our brothers, in the name of slavery. And they said, "Okay, we need people to come and farm in our farm plantation." And they gave money. And what was the money they were giving? Something they will give you ordinary plate for 10 slaves, 10 souls. So that is what. So we did wrong. So we have to tell ourselves the truth. Thank you, brother. Thank you. So I'm going to stop this video for now, and let us tell ourselves the truth. So I'm going to be exposing the real truth about slavery in Africa. I am taking time to study about them, to take time. So we were already in slave trade among ourselves before the European came. That is the point I want you to raise here. And the first people that came to start the European was the Portuguese. From Portuguese, before the Caribbeans came, Caribbean took them. It was the Portuguese that distributed some of them to American. And when these people now saw that this is a good business, before the British started coming. I'm going to be telling you in the next one how Fulani came in. and how the British came in. Most of you must have heard this thing from different places. But let's tell ourselves the truth. Then I will tell you all this blame we are blaming how Christianity and slavery came to Nigeria, no, Africa. I'm going to explain to you how Christianity and slavery mingled in the next video. Thank you for watching. Please do wait to subscribe to our channel. Are you on TikTok? Are you on YouTube? Are you on Facebook? Jovika TV. On YouTube, TikTok is Jovika TV 3. Jovika TV 3. Watch whatever we are doing there. Different program in different channel. Facebook, YouTube. Please do us well and follow us. And you will never regret you did. This is the first part of this teaching. We keep exposing these things and you know the truth. And that truth will set us free. That's what the Bible says. You shall know the truth and the truth will set you free. Thank you for watching. I need your comment and your reaction if we have done it justice, if we are doing saying the right thing. Do your research, get more information so that we stop blaming those who are innocent. This thing will lead us, that's where I'm heading to. You will be able to know whether are we the one that killing ourselves or this European came and kill us. Thank you. I love you guys. Bye-bye. See you in the next episode. I love you.